Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we're bringing you a gameplay from the historic epic battle system by All or Nothing Games. We actually are combining two different games here. We've got 1565 St. Elmo's Pay and 1815 Scum of the Earth. We're going to be taking one faction from this one and one faction from this one and putting them up against each other in a solo game. Now, I will be playing the British faction from 1815. That's the faction that I am most familiar with out of these two games. And they'll be going up against Suleiman's faction of Ottomans in 1565 St. Elmo's Pay. Now, let's clear these boxes off for a second. You can see that we've got Sir Arthur Wellesley, who will be leading the British faction down here. And then we've got Mustafa Pasha, who's the campaign commander for the Ottomans up here. And because this is the AI side of the game, he'll also start with Turgot's Corsairs, as well as Candelisa, a Christian renegade right here. So if you're not familiar with this system, the idea here is that we will be working our way, each side will be working their way through these objective decks. And when they get all the way to the last card, at that point, they can actually start directly attacking these three locations. The first faction to successfully conquer two of these three locations wins the game. Alternatively, if I run out of cards here from this deck, then I will lose the game. Also, if one of our commanders is killed, then that is game over as well. Now, before we get into the gameplay, I do want to mention our sponsor, StoneValleyGames.com. This is a fantastic, friendly, distant game store. They have all kinds of great stuff going on over there. They've got card games, board games, war games, RPGs, collectible card games, everything you need to scratch that tabletop itch. They can help you out. They have a bunch of great programs as well. If you are a return customer, they have a loyalty program. If you are a U.S. military and you're stationed overseas at an AA, AE, or AP address, they'll ship to you for free. And if you live in the continental United States and you order $100 or more for them, they will ship to you for free. So go check them out. There's a link in the description below. Okay, so for this first objective, this one will automatically get discarded at during the objective phase of the first round, so we don't really have to worry about that. But you can see for my next objective, I'm going to be needing to focus on valor. So you can see here that Sir Arthur Wellesley has 4 valor, 2 might, and 9 health. So that is that valor is the thing that we're going to be looking for here. And the way this will work is the first 3 valor gets absorbed by this stat here, and then everything beyond 3 that I'm able to generate will work against the health, quote unquote, of this objective. And then once I can get 6 damage to this objective, we'll move past it to the next objective. Now I've also got these tactic cards over here. This is not something that is in 1565. So I'm interested to see how much of an advantage, if any, this provides me. I will be playing on easy difficulty, which means that determines how many resources my enemy here is going to have to recruit. You can see right here, this green badge here means they have 1 resource so far. And then as we go along, you see all the way in round 20, this would be giving them 5 resources here, plus whatever they've got out on the board. So my tactics over here, they're each 1 use essentially. And this one is if I have a row of infantry, then I can sacrifice this card to destroy 1 opposing infantry. This one is if I have a 2x2 grid of infantry, then I can sacrifice it to destroy 1 opposing cavalry, which actually, I was checking because this will be my first time seeing the Ottoman faction. So this is really going to be kind of as it comes out, it's going to be throwing new stuff at me. I wasn't sure if they have cavalry because I knew they have these ships, which is something that the British do not have for, the Battle of Waterloo. So that's something new. I wasn't sure if that was something I needed to be concerned with. I don't know that I'll have anything that can directly affect ships. So that right there is going to give them a little bit of advantage that might outweigh me having these tactics. And then I have the cavalry charge, where if I have 3 cavalry in 1 frontier, so a column of cavalry here, then I can sacrifice the card to destroy 1 opposing infantry. All right, so I need to go ahead and draw my initial 6 cards. Okay, so we've got 2 characters here. Let's see, Richard Mulholland, this guy, action doing murder, destroy 1 old guard. Well, that's not going to help me at all. I know that, so I'll probably end up using him just for resources. We've got Alexander Cavalier Mercer, sturdy, immune to damage inflicted by units or characters. Okay, and you can see he's got a lot of might, so that's good. Then we've got Prussian infantry. This is a unit. If this card shares a row or frontier with a card of the same name, it gains might +1. So I might want to put them out there and keep an eye out for other Prussian infantry coming up. We've got British artillery. This basically will let me damage everything in a column. So that's definitely something I probably want to try to get out as soon as possible. We've got Save the World again, which is an attachment. I can attach it to Sir Arthur Wellesley. All right, and he gets zeal +1. And knowing that we've got that zeal objective coming up next, I probably want to get that out pretty quickly. And then another event here, or an event here, we've got now Maitland, destroy up to 2 non-leader characters and or infantry units. So I think the first thing I'll do is I will discard this guy to get 1 resource. You can see the cost for Save the World again is 1 resource. It gives me 1 zeal. I'll attach it here to Sir Arthur Wellesley and stick a +1 zeal on him just like that. So that was my action. And now it goes over to the foe's turn, and they have these fantastic flowcharts here. So you can see, has the foe leader's frontier been taken? No. Does the foe have a ready artillery card? No. Does the foe have a ready range card? No. Draw a card from the deck, all right? Now, this first time, I'm probably going to draw through a lot because the only thing they can put out is 0, because right now they have -1 because they're playing on easy mode, because I haven't beaten easy mode yet. So let's see, that's a 3. So we got to keep flipping through till we find something that costs 0. All right, so here we go. We've got Converted Christians, Ottoman infantry, action, Bloodlust. So Bloodlust is ignored in solo, so we don't have to worry about that. And so basically we're just going to put him out, and he's just going to give them some might, and it gets put out here. So basically we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is the order of placing. But they do have a flowchart for that too if you wanted to see. So is the foe's battlefield full? No. Is this card artillery? No. Is the card range? No. It's regular infantry. Is the card bold? No. Place following normal placement rules. And you come back up here. Action the card. It doesn't have an action on it that it can use. It can't use Bloodlust. And you wouldn't tire it when you did that. And the exception is artillery range do tire when they use their action. So you can see all of it is very clearly outlined for you. But now it's back to my turn. So I think I want to save my artillery. I definitely don't want to use that as a resource. I'm going to use this character as a resource to put out the Prussian infantry. I'll put them out over here. And that will be my turn. And so now again, looking for a 0 cost card. All right, we've got Italian Trader, Christian Renegade, Malta Italian. When played, Cunning. Let's see, is Cunning? No, I believe Cunning will be played. So we're going to play it. It's going to go here. All right, and tire 1 non-leader enemy in this card's frontier. So they're going to tire my Prussian infantry. All right, so back to my turn. I want to hold on to both of these. I don't have a good way of using them right now. I can't get them out right now. So we're just going to pass, which means they get 1 more turn. All right, we've got the levied men, Ottoman infantry, relentless. Unless sacrifice, this card can be played from the top of the discard pile. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I don't believe that will have any effect in the solo game, but all right. So that's the end of the round. So what happens now, if one of us had reached our final card of our objective deck, then the frontier phase would happen. Obviously now there is half, so now the objective phase. And you can see for me, escaping exile, this objective is destroyed automatically, so it's gone. And for the Ottomans, siege of Rhodes, this objective is destroyed automatically, so it's gone. All right, so now you can see they're going to be doing might test, whereas I'm doing zeal test on my next go round, but each of us needs to get 6 damage done to it. All right, now the resource dial moves up. You can see they still have -1. So now victory check, see if we need to draw any card, or if there's no cards to draw, which would equal a loss, but that's not the case. Discard down to 6 cards, don't have to worry about that. We're going to draw 2 cards, but actually I'm playing with the advanced draw, or rather the advanced drafting variant, where I draw 3 cards, and then I will discard one of them. All right, so this one has a resource on it, so I probably want to keep that. This is, what's its other ability? Deal 1 damage to 1 enemy up to 4 rows away with this card's frontier. Wow, that's pretty good. Okay. Grouchy's Fruity Picnic, action, mire 1 enemy in row 3, or destroy a manual. Well, manual marquee is not going to show up, but we can mire 1 enemy in row 3. Howitzers, destroy 1 enemy artillery. Don't even know if they're going to end up having artillery. I mean, artillery is definitely in the game, but I just don't know when it's going to come out. But I think we will discard the picnic. We'll hold on to these 2. So now this is what our hand looks like. Let's see. We've got 2 events and 2 units. This unit is very expensive. That's 5 resources to get it out, but that will be really good once we do. And then we ready all cards and begin the next round. Okay, now the thing is, I definitely want to hold on to these 2 for sure, which means I don't have any way. I would, if I put this guy out, it would cost 2. Plus, he's got to go up against artillery, so that doesn't make sense. So really, there's nothing I could do. I could play this guy by discarding all of these, but that means I have to get rid of the 95th rifles. So instead, I am just going to actually pass. I'm going to pass this very first round. I'm going to pass. All right, so that means this guy's only going to get 1 turn. Let's see what he does. All right, so we've got Ottoman gunners. All right, Ottoman infantry, played marksman, deal 1 damage to 1 non-leader enemy. All right, well, that's not good because they're going to go right here and they are going to deal 1 damage to my Prussian infantry. All right, and they only have 2 health. My infantry does, so hopefully we can find something to heal those guys up, but that's the end of that round. So now let's take a look. We've got this objective here for me. I have 5 zeal and 3 is the threshold, so I get 2 damage dealt to this. Or 2 progress really is more accurate. This is the Congress of Vienna, all right? And then over here, the Nest of Vipers, 2 might is their threshold. So, but see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. They just cleared this in 1 go. Wow. Wow. All right, so they're on to card C. This time they'll be testing zeal. They're not nearly as strong in zeal right now. So, in fact, they've only got 4 zeal on the board currently. All right, so then coming back, oh, let's don't forget about this. So now they still have -1. I need to draw 3 cards. And something I have a hard time remembering, when I draw the 3, I actually could discard 1 even from my hand. So let's see if all 3 of these are something I really wanted to keep. I could. This guy, response fate, if destroyed, draw 1 card. So that's good to help keep me moving. Copenhagen, attached to Sir Arthur Wellesley. He gains might +1, and then action, he can move to any frontier. And then long shot, action, this is an event, mire 1 non-leader enemy with zeal 1 or lower. Well, that could be a really good one, especially because they try to slow them down on this. I'm going to get rid of the Copenhagen. All right, and you know what? We're going to use this as a resource, use that as a resource, and that as a resource. And it says 3 resources in order to play British artillery. And we're going to put it right here in the middle. So we get 3 of these cannonball tokens. And then as an action, I can remove 1 to deal 1 damage to every enemy in this card's frontier, all right? But before we can do that, it's their turn. They're still only looking for 0-cost cards. All right, we've got another levied men. All right, so this one will go here. And then on my turn, I will fire my artillery. So I'll lose 1 of these. And it does 1 damage here, which kills him. Technically, he could come back because they keep cycling through their deck. Kills him. 1 damage here. And 1 damage here. Now, Mustafa over here has 9 health, so unlikely I actually end up killing him. But this guy only has 1 health left, so we got a much better chance of taking him out. So now they go again. Still looking for 0. All right, we've got more levied men right here. And now I will pass. And so they get 1 more turn. Okay, so here's something funny just with the way things work. There are only a few 0-cost cards, and they are all out now, leaving just Cantalisa to come back out. There he goes, right there in the back corner. Now, when played, tire 1 non-leader enemy in this card's frontier, so these guys get tired. No big deal because they don't give me any zeal, so we're okay there. But that's the end of the round. So first with zeal here, again, we're just going to do 2 more damage or 2 more progress here. Puts us at 4, which means likely we will complete it next round. And then they're doing zeal as well. So let's see what we've got. 1, 4, that's it. So they just do 2 progress to theirs. And they're trying to get 6 progress over there at the last straw is that objective. Okay. Moving up to round 4, still -1. I think, yeah, this is the last time they have -1, which means they actually won't do anything. Unless I kill somebody, they won't do anything. They'll just kind of flip through their deck and there won't be anything for them to do. And these guys come back. Oh, before they come back, technically, the drawing of cards happens before that. So what do we got here? Napoleon's Illness. Deal 1 damage to an enemy, or in a solo game, I can deal 1 damage to Napoleon. Well, he's not in the game, so. But I could deal 1 damage to an enemy. This one, if destroyed, draw 1 card. It's worth a resource, so I probably want to keep that one for sure. This one, let's get rid of him. Well, this one's really cheap though. Just to get somebody out there. Yeah, we'll get rid of him. Hold on to that one. Right away, what should I do here? I probably want to get this out. But again, to do that, I have to discard all of the cards I've got. Maybe it's worth it though, to get that first resource out to get rid of these other cards. No, I'm not going to. I will go ahead and fire with my cannon again. That'll kill this guy. It will. Killing that guy is going to bring him right back out, actually. But it'll kill this guy too. And Mustafa will get another wound there. All right, then they go, and I know there's no additional zeros in here, which means essentially that this guy comes right back out and goes right here. All right, so now I will go ahead and pass. So then they'll draw through one more time. There are no more zeros in the deck, though, I know, so they just go to the end, and that's where they stop. Yep, I just double-checked to make sure there were no zeros in there. Okay, so that's the end of the round. We do all of our, let's see, so the objective, so this time, again, we have 5, so we do 2 progress, which is what we need. So we do finish this, solo, when destroyed, draw 1 card. Okay, so we get reverse slope. It's an event. Response: when an artillery card inflicts damage, cancel any amount of that damage, or response, cancel grand battery. Solo, deal 1 damage to 1 artillery. All right. And then for them, again, they're doing zeal, 3 zeal, so they only do 1 progress here. All right, so we're slowing them down a little bit. So what do we got here? We've got Wellington takes command. So this is going to be a might challenge or a might objective, and we only have 2 might out right now, so we don't have enough to even make progress here yet. So we're definitely going to have to focus on that this next turn. And now the Ottomans are going to have 0 here, so that means... Oh, and we took out the guy that had. Okay, that's good. So they still can only put out 0 cost cards. They don't have any in here. So we have actually done a good job of slowing them down quite a bit. So we need to make some moves here. So let's draw our 3 cards. Black Brunswickers cost 1. Move this card to a different frontier because they're agile. We've got Robert Edward Henry, cost of 1. He's got probably these because these have more might, and that's what we're needing. Oh, and this one has a resource. So his ability, deal 2 damage to 1 non-leader enemy when he's played. So that's pretty good. And them immune to damage inflicted by units or characters. All right, so we will discard these guys. And we've got 7 cards in our hand now, so we'll definitely need to make sure that we're down to 6, because 6 is our maximum hand size, but we don't actually have to discard down until right before we draw again. So we're going to get some of these cards out here. We ready these. All right. We're going to try to get these guys out because they've got that resource. So let's see what we can use. We don't... Oh, I'm sorry. We've got 4 might out here, so we do have enough to make 1 progress, but we definitely want to get some more. So we will discard reverse slope, Napoleon's illness, and even long shot, even though that hurts me to do it, to put the first foot guards here. Yep. Okay. So now their turn. They have no 0 cost cards, so they don't do anything. So back to my turn. We're going to move. So I also want to start setting up for some of these events over here, these tactics. So we're going to use his commander ability, move 1 British unit or character to a different frontier. Oh wait, can he not move himself? Oh, maybe. Oh, no, I guess he can't move himself. Okay. Let's see. So with that in mind, I was thinking he can move himself. I'm actually going to put these guys here. I then will use his ability to move the artillery here, which slides this guy up here. All right. So we can start trying to work out our infantry squares here for when they finally get cavalry out. All right. So did that action again. They don't have anything to do this round. So I think that's actually going to be it for me. I'll pass. All right. So then they again have nothing to do. So that's the end of the round. So let's see. For Wellington takes command. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 might, because cards that are exhausted don't count. So we've got 4 might, so 1 progress over here. And then for them, they only have the 3. Yeah, they only have 3 zeal, so 1 progress here. All right, now let me, so here round 6, they still are at 0. All right, and then I will draw 3 cards here. Let's see, we've got Prussian infantry. Okay, so we'll keep those guys for sure. Sir Thomas Picton, if destroyed, draw 1 card. He's got 3 might, 1 zeal. Tire this card to prevent all damage. We'll keep that. We'll discard Thomas Picton. And then let's ready our cards. All right, so we will use the first foot guards for their resource and use them to put out the Prussian infantry. And now, if this card shares a row or frontier with a card of the same name, it gains +1 might. So both of them now have +1 might. Again, they can't do anything. And I'm going to pass. So let's see, this ends round 6. We've got, again, we're doing might. So 2, 4, 6, 7 might. And that'll do 4 progress over here. So that puts us at 5. 1 more round and we should have that completed. And meanwhile, they also do 1 progress here. So we are all tied up now, finally. But let's look at this. Oh, round 7, they're still at 0. So 8 will be the first round where they can start doing something again. So you can see how playing on easy, like, it really gives you this kind of lull here, because I took that one guy out that was really their only resource. And so now we've got up until round 8 before they really start being able to start pushing the envelope. Oh, wait, that guy's not ready. We need to draw our 3. Wet, hungry, exhausted, attached to a frontier. Response, destroy this card, mire 2 enemy cards in this frontier. Or in solo, I can just mire 2 enemy cards in 1 frontier. Joseph Muter, he has 1 resource. Champion, deal 2 damage to 1 non-leader enemy. Block supply routes, put this card on top of the enemy deck. Your opponent discards this instead of drawing cards next round. Okay. I'm actually going to get rid of that. Keep the other 2. Ready this. All right, you know what? I'm going to get the 95th rifles out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puts the 95th rifles out. So, and if they are in the central frontier, they get +1 might. So there we go. Okay, again, they could do nothing. My turn again. And I think I will, in fact, use the British artillery here to take out all 3 of these guys. They go into the discard pile. All right. And then on their turn, they would flip all these over. If I do that, they're gonna pull. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna wait. Put that back. Get the cannonballs back. We're gonna pass right now. All right. So that ends the round. Again, we definitely have enough to complete this. Nothing carries over to the next. When destroyed, draw 1 card. We've got British Hussars, British Cavalry. Action Bloodlust, deal this card 1 damage to deal 1 damage to 1 enemy in this card's frontier. Cavalry, this card gains might +1 when in row 3. Okay. And then they obviously succeed at this as well. So now, by the way, we have Allies declare war. We're doing, it's a 2 might test with 8 health. They are at meeting of the Divan, 3 might with 6 health. So moving on into round 8. Now they finally have resources again, so they're going to start getting busy again here. Let's see. I draw 3. Union Brigade. This is cavalry. I don't have any cavalry yet, other than the one I just drew. Peregrine Maitland. Gallant. Tire this card to give it might +1 token. Limit once per game. And this one lets you pull, when you play it, you add 1 copy of this card from your discard pile to your hand. Okay. Well, let's put them in the discard pile. And we'll keep the other 2. Ready this. And the cool thing is 95th Rifles is within range of Mustafa back there. Okay, so now's where we're going to have to kind of figure out which ones we want to, like, if we use them for their ability, that's going to exhaust them, and then we can't use that 3 might to work against that, against our objective. We also then couldn't use their resource. So we've got some decisions to make here. All right, so I think here's what we're going to do. We're going to discard. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. In order to play Peregrine Maitland, this will give us 1 resource, and he's got that 1 might, but then we can we can tire him to give him 1 additional might as well. And we'll put him here for now. All right, so then we've got, so remember, they have 1 resource right now. All right, so here we go. We've got an attachment. The inlaid scimitars. Attached to a unit, it gains might +1. All right, so it says to play it into the leader's frontier if possible, and it has to attach to a unit, so it has to attach to the levied men, which gives it +1 might. All right, and I will go ahead and add +1 might to Peregrine Maitland down here. And now they get another attachment, prayer rituals. Attached to a character, it gains zeal +1. Well, the characters are here and here. So we'll attach it to the Italian trader. So that's zeal +1. All right, and then I will now use the British artillery to take out this whole row here. They've got an event, Red Surcoats from Malta. Action, destroy 1 non-leader character. All right, so I think I get to choose destroy 1 non-leader character. But you know, this is the only character out, actually. Oh, that's great. I just wasted all that time on this guy. They took him out. So Peregrine Maitland just got taken out by the Red Surcoats. Okay, well, I will definitely pass at this point, so they get 1 more go. All right, it's another event. Take St. Elmo's Ravelin. Action, destroy 1 enemy tactics. All right, well, again, I think I get to choose. So we'll destroy the cavalry charge. All right, so that's the end of the turn. So we've got, looking at might. So 2, 4, 6. So we actually do 4 progress here. So we're halfway there. Now they're doing might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So 5 progress. They almost completed it right there. All right. So they will have still 1 resource. We've got Torrential Rain. Action, place this card in an empty opposing enemy space to block that space. As an action, your opponent may pay 3 resources to discard it, or solo mire 1 non-leader enemy. Nassau Infantry. Action, agile, move this card. Okay, so it's just free to play, so that might be good to get out. Dutch Infantry, add 1 more copy of this card from your discard pile to your hand. All right, so we're going to get rid of Torrential. We'll discard that. All right, ready this, and now let's go. Okay, so I think right off the bat, we're going to use the 95th Rifles to take this guy out. I could keep plugging away at Mustafa, but I just don't know that I'm going to do enough damage fast enough to him to make it worth it. I think it's better to plug away at these other guys here. So we're going to take out the Levied Men, which also gets rid of the Scimitars. All right, now they still have one resource. So we've got an attachment, makeshift barricades. Attached to a frontier, it gains might +1. All right, so this goes here, which gives +1 might. On the Ottoman side, I'm going to use Sir Arthur Wellesley to move these guys here. And the reason for that, so they'll actually lose their +1 might because they're not in the central frontier. I'm going to put, the reason why is because on my next action will be to put Nassau infantry out here, and that way they will we'll have our infantry box here, infantry square. So if these guys finally get cavalry out, we'll be able to deal with that. Plus, I might be able to then get an infantry line here as well. So we'll see how that goes. But let's see. Event, slave laborers. Play 1 card at -3 cost. All right, so this gets applied to the next card. And yep, so they get to play crack snipers. Played marksman, deal 1 damage to 1 non-leader enemy. Oh, by the way, I forgot. That leader ability is ignored anyway. So even if I kill him, it doesn't end the game. All right. So anyway, Crack Snipers comes out, and it's going to go right here. And so then marksman, deal 1 damage to 1 non-leader enemy. We'll put it on our British artillery. All right, so now we'll put the Nassau infantry here. So then they get this event, sink the Sultana, destroy 1 attachment. I do. They're going to take this attachment, save the world again. And so Sir Arthur loses his extra zeal. And I think I will pass now. So they get 1 more go. Ropes and grapples. It's an attachment attached to a unit or character. It gains the ability action agile move this card. Okay, so solo actually. Deal 1 damage to a frontier. Destroy this card. Oh, wow. All right, so deal 1 damage to a frontier. It will focus first on the leader's frontier, so they deal 1 damage to Singlea. Yeah, on a card like this, when you're playing solo, you would, if it has a solo ability and it's being played by the AI, you only use the solo ability. Okay, so now I'm going to pass. I already passed, right? Yeah, I passed. So now we go into the objectives. So again, might. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. So that's 6. So that's more than enough. So we have completed Allies declare war. We get to draw a card. We've got destroyed roads attached to an enemy artillery unit and tire it. It cannot be readied. Or solo, I could also use just destroy 1 artillery unit. Let's see. Then over here, they're going for, oh, by the way, this is Duchess of Richmond's Dazzling Ball. 4 zeal is the test, and we need to do 7 progress. So that is going to be a pretty tough one, I think. And we don't have a lot of zeal out, actually. Okay, so that one is going to be a little tough. Over here, again, might. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. That should be plenty. That gives them 6. Yeah. Because they only need 1. So now they have departure ceremony. 3 zeal for 6 progress. All right, they still have 1 resource. Let's draw 3. So we're going to event British cavalry charge. It's free. Sacrifice 1 British cavalry unit to destroy any 1 non-leader enemy, or solo as above targets the non-leader enemy with the highest might. Well, that would just be if it was the AI using it. Henry Paget. This card gains might plus 1 whilst in row 3. Response: if destroy, draw 1 card. But none of these. Scum of the Earth action: remove 1 damage from every British unit and character, or cancel the Imperial Guard assault or Grand Battery. Oh, that could be good to get this damage off, actually. So we will get rid of this and hold on to the other 2 for now. All right, let's ready everything. All right, so first off, I will use their action 1, 2, 3. So because they can do range 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, they go all the way back here, but they will kill this guy. 1 damage. All right, we've got an event, Pomegranates and Cucumber action: remove all damage from 1 unit or character. Well, see, glad I hadn't been wasting all my time shooting at this guy. So Mustafa's back to full strength. Now we're going to use Sir Arthur to move this here. Oh, sorry. This Mustafa should be down here, by the way. This guy should be here. Whenever somebody dies, everything moves forward. All right. So I'm sure it's been driving y'all crazy because I know I've been playing that wrong for a minute, but it's right now. I'm going to use that resource and use this as a resource to play Dutch infantry right there. I don't think I have any Dutch infantry in my discard pile. Nope. Okay. All right. So then event, Scaffolding Bridges action: exchange the positions of any 2 of your army cards. So I don't think they do that. Attachment, Ditches and Trenches. Attached to a frontier, your opponent cannot move cards into this frontier. All right, so I can't move into Singleia. So I'm going to go ahead and use British lines. When you have 3 infantry in a row, we've got infantry right here, then we can sacrifice this to destroy 1 opposing infantry, and we'll take out the crack snipers because they have zeal, and that will get them down to just 3 zeal right there. All right, so now character, Enraged Janissary action: Bloodlust. They don't do that, so he just comes out right here. And that's where I'm going to pass, so they get 1 more. Unit, Holy Men, Ottoman infantry clergy, played, learn, draw 1 card. I don't think that does anything. Yeah, we ignore that. If destroyed, suffers 0 -1 in this card's frontier for this round. Okay. But it'll go here. All right, so again, I'm doing zeal, and I don't do anything. So I got to remember, I did not do a good enough job focusing on that. Definitely need to do that this next go round. They're doing zeal as well. They've got 4, so they make 1 progress. And we're going to take a quick pause at round 10, going into round 11. So far, things have been, I've kept on top of things. This game can quickly get away from you, and I've got a feeling that the Ottomans are going to start steamrolling me as we get into some of these later rounds. They're definitely going to start building up their resources, and when they get to the point where they can just kind of play whatever card they want, it gets nasty real fast. So be sure to come back. Check out part 2 as we see if I can successfully take on the Ottomans. Who knows? In the meantime, also be on the lookout for some other fantastic videos from the channel. We've got how to play Aeon Trespass Odyssey. Part 2 of that is finally scripted. I'll begin filming that Monday night. That's going to be a long video, so it could take a while. Might take a week or so before that one is completed. Then we've got how to play Frosthaven coming up. We've got how to play Lands of Gowser and how to play Nemo's War. All of that's still coming up in the near future. And until next time, if you're bored online, bored offline.